I am Manas. Today I am going to speak about the capital account. In my last video, I have already discussed about the meaning of budget and the revenue account. So today I will discuss about the capital account. So before we start, just to remember, for any questions, let me know in the comment section below and I will talk to you there. So first of all, the capital account. So capital budget is an account of assets as well as liabilities of the government. It consists of capital receipts and capital expenditure. It shows the capital requirements of the government and pattern of their financing. So next, capital receipts. So capital receipts are defined as any receipts of the government which either creates a liability or lead to reduction in assets. In other words, when government raises funds either by incurring a liability or disposing of its assets, it's called capital receipts. So capital receipts includes three items: recovery of loans, other receipts mainly through disinvestment, borrowing and other liabilities, funds raised from PPF, small savings, deposits in post offices, etc. So next, capital receipts may be debt creating or non-debt creating. So debt creating capital receipts: net borrowing by the government at home, loans received from foreign governments, borrowing from RBI. And net debt, non-debt creating capital receipts, recovery of loans and disinvestment. So now what is disinvestment? So sale of share of public sector undertakings is called disinvestment. Sometimes disinvestment is also termed as privatization because it leads to transfer of ownership of public sector undertakings to private enterprises. So next, capital expenditure. So capital expenditure is an expenditure which either creates assets and reduces liability. So capital expenditure consists mainly of expenditure on acquisition of assets like land, buildings, machinery, equipment, investments in shares, etc., and loans and advances granted by the central government to state and union territory governments, govt, companies, corporation, and other parties. Okay, so from this discussion we got the differences between revenue receipts and capital receipts and revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. So what is the main difference between revenue receipts and capital receipts? So revenue receipts neither create liabilities nor cause any reduction in assets, but capital receipts either create liabilities or reduce assets. Next, what are the differences between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure? So, revenue expenditure neither creates any assets for the government nor cause any reduction in its liability. And capital expenditure results in creation of assets or reduction in liability. Next, revenue expenditure is incurred regularly by the government and capital expenditure is non-recurring type of expenditure. Last, revenue expenditure is a short period expenditure, but capital expenditure is generally a long period expenditure. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Remember to subscribe to this channel and I will see you in the next video.